Good evening, everybody. Ronald Ray here, your boy with a cornbread accent, welcoming you to this week's AEW Dynamite Recap show. Yes, this is the Grand Slam Dynamite. The fine folks at the Arthur Ashe Stadium got to see a show where I'm willing to guess that the local medical facility made more money on an AEW show than AEW itself. Get to that later. But before I do, I'd like to ask you to be a champ. If you're not a subscriber yet, click on that subscribe button. Also, if you like it, hit the like button, notification bell, all those bells and whistles. I just said bell. Anyway, without further ado, let's let her rip. Alright, first match of the night is a title versus title match. The Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Champion Claudio Castagnoli defending his Ring of Honor Championship against the New Japan Strong Openweight Champion Eddie Kingston, who is also defending his championship. Like I said, top title, both belts are at stake. Guys, you know I'm not an Eddie Kingston fan, but gotta give them credit here. This is actually a pretty good match. We start off with a no-sell exchange of strikes in the beginning. Which makes sense here because they're both brawlers, strikers, tough guys. It fits. It fits. The heavy hitters do that. Claudio get the full advantage when he hits a back suplex on the ramp. Kingston comes back. Does the hit himself chops? He kind of like hits himself as he's chopping somebody. Someone's like, "Hey, quit hitting yourself! Quit hitting yourself!" Anyway, another exchange of no-sell strikes, some near falls. Kingston will win with a power bomb. Claudio did the right thing, obeyed the code of honor, shook his hand, gave him the belt. You're the winner, and like I said, I'm pretty sure all the Kingston fans are messing in their pants when that happened. Anyway, next up we see another cringe moment of Roderick Strong. He's in the hospital, the Kingdom's with him, then now Cole comes in. The Kingdom said, "Hey, we gotta leave, we gotta win ourselves a chance to face the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champions," which technically it did take place tonight, but not in the Dynamite show. It's gonna be on the Rampage show. Anyway, then Adam Cole's like, "Hey, I gotta go and get MJF is back tonight. He's got a big match with Samoa Joe." Roderick's like, just go. Very cringy. I don't even know why I'm talking about it. I guess I'm letting that live rent free in my head because it's so cringe. Roderick Strong is very good, and anybody who complains about how people are treated and bad gimmicks in WWE, check this crap out. Next up is Chris Jericho versus Sammy Guevara. And who was that little rapper who was with Sammy Guevara? I know they said a name. I didn't get it. I'm not a follower of rap music. I really don't care. It was kind of bad. Anyway, Sammy would have a little advantage at the beginning. Jericho would get the picture-in-picture advantage after a code breaker and a suplex from the apron to the floor. Sammy answers back with a code breaker of his own, near fall, some back and forth stuff. Looked like there was a mistiming there with the Jericho corner drop kick. I think Sammy was supposed to counter with a super kick, but didn't quite get it. It grazed him. A good little saving moment from the commentators. Hey, just grazed him, didn't get the full super kick. Sammy with the GTH, but he didn't go for the pin and would pay for it when he ate a code breaker as he was going for a shooting star press. Jericho wins. They shake hands, and I think I've seen this angle before. Sammy kicks him in the nuts. Out comes Don Callis. I guess Sammy now is part of Don Callis' family, which is better. Get it? Sammy in my opinion, better as a arrogant, annoying, cocky heel. That's just my opinion. What do you folks think? Leave a comment if you agree or disagree. I don't care. We'll talk about it. Next. All right, now we get good messy here. It is Rey Fenix going against Jon Moxley for the AEW International Championship. They start off on the ramp. Rey Fenix went for a dive from the ramp to the floor. And I don't know if this is where the problems really started, because I did notice that after Phoenix hit that diving move, he did come around and grab Moxley's hand, kind of checking on him. Then you had, you had curb stomps, or the stomp. You had, or head stomps, whatever you want to call it. You had pile drivers. You had the leaping top rope leg drop as Moxley was on, dangling from the rails on the outside. Rey Fenix would hit a variation of the tombstone pile driver, 1, 2. Moxley didn't kick out, but the ref stopped counting. Now, of all the shooter interviews I've ever watched, and they talk about referees, one thing they have always said, hey, Mike Posey works for there. Ask him with the WWE. I believe it was Mike Posey. Did to him when he didn't finish the count when a wrestler was supposed to kick out but didn't. Anyway, so that was the genesis of this mess to begin with. Ref should have counted 3, get some medical attention, and say, hey, either something's wrong or somebody screwed up. I ain't screwing up tonight. But Phoenix would hit another same variation of the tombstone pile driver, cradled him up, got the 3 count. He's the new AEW International Champion, but apparently Moxley had a concussion. He got knocked out. When you get so many little head moves like that, where you're dumping people on people's head, and you're not being safe with it, accidents will happen. I mean, like the great late Dr. Death Steve Williams said, it ain't ballet, brother. So we already know people get hit, or people can get hurt, but there's no use in constantly trying to dump people on people's head. I mean, if you do it safely, yeah. Pile driver he used, is there a way to do it safely? Yes. Not to sound gross, but I think at least his head's supposed to be at least at the waistline of Phoenix. Moxley's head should have been. Then drop him, fold him up, whatever. Or drop to your knees like the Undertaker. Easy as that. But hopefully Moxley gets cleared soon and nothing too lasting as far as this concussion. I'm pretty sure he's had a few of them. But yeah, it's always scary to see stuff like that. I don't know if I'm getting salt of my old age or what, but it's always sad to see. Never good to see wrestlers get hurt. It's kind of like when you play football. They're going to happen, but does anybody really want to see wrestlers get hurt, or football player, any athlete, really get hurt? Anyway, that's my 2 cents about that. Next. All right, next up is a match for the AEW World Women's Championship. It is Saraya defending against Toni Storm. Toni Storm has some new TV effects for her entrance. Looked pretty cute. So Toni Storm was looking for a hug from Saraya because, they're all Outcast members, right? But I guess not no more. Saraya was slapped the dickens out of Storm, but Storm answered back with some stiff booby chops. Gave a few booby chops to Saraya, then one for Ruby. Saraya hit a super kick, got the advantage. Storm came back, throwing shoes at everybody and whipping people with shoes. Saraya with a paint in the eyes and a rampage for a 2 count. Toni Storm answered with a lip lock. Yes, literally a lip lock. Lips to lips, tongue to tongue. Well, I don't know if they use tongue. Anyway, I'm pretty sure as all us heterosexual male wrestling fans that spot of the night. Uh, anyway, uh, Storm will miss the ass plant. Rampage again from Saraya gives her the win. This is probably one of Saraya's better matches since she's returned to wrestling. Uh, Nothing more I can say there. Sorry, I'm just having a hard time tonight. Um, but yes, Saraya wins. Good match here. Can't really complain about it too much. Entertaining, solid. Can't complain about this match. Next. All right, it is main event time. It is Samoa Joe challenging for the AEW World's title held by MJF. And speaking of things that we've seen before, they did a little promo in the beginning that was where he gave a kid a scarf and the kid's like, hey, go get him, champ. Kind of like the Bret Hart thing. Kind of like back in, I think, in the 70s, Mean Joe Green. 70s or 80s, Mean Joe Green from the Pittsburgh Steelers did the same thing with a kid, but at least gave the kid a Coke. So Samoa Joe will work on MJF's neck. MJF actually got a kangaroo kick, but Joe got back in control. Of course, we'll get a table spot here. No DQ or anything, but Joe does a Sambo suplex on MJF. Breaks the table, gets a 2 count. Joe pulls the mats up off the floor. Hits a very safe pile driver out there on the floor. Got the muscle. Only got a 2 count. That wasn't in the match, of course. Got a 2 count. Muscle buster for another 2 count. Rear naked choke. This is where Adam Cole comes out. Gives his buddy MJF a wake-up call. Ref just jumps outside. Looks like he get injured. Speaking of injuries, I forgot to mention, Adam Cole, when he was running to the ringside, jumped off the ramp onto the floor. Looks like he might have tweaked his knee as well. Ref tweaked his knee a little bit, or sprained an ankle or something. Anyway, MJF pulls out a chain, chokes Joe out. Makes it look like he's got the sleeper in now. The ref limps back in. Said Joe's, knocked out. And I got mail. I got a text message. I don't know if y'all heard that. Hopefully y'all didn't. But anyway, Joe's out. MJF wins. Cecil title pinch. Joe follows the code of honor himself. Goes and shakes MJF's hand. And everybody leaves happy. Good match here, of course, too. Like I said, Samoa Joe, a pro, knew what he needed to do. MJF, he's getting there. I ain't saying he's not there, but he's definitely developing, becoming a star now. But anyway, that does it for me for this week's AEW recap show. Like I said, hopefully all the people that got injured, they get healthy again. Nothing too permanent. Speedy recoveries for everybody. And for all you other folks, appreciate you folks, watching, being patient with me this evening. Just not feeling well today. I don't know. Hopefully I'm not coming down. Might have been allergies because I was around some organic topsoil today. So hopefully, I think that's what did me in. Anyway, who cares? Hopefully folks have a good one. Weekend's coming up. Have a good one. Talk to you later.
We here at RP Tube Vision would like to thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Also check out friends of the show Ecolife and Natural for home-crafted candles, hand cloth, and other home and personal goods. Look them up on Facebook. Link will be available below the video. That is Ecolife and Natural.